You might interrupt with that little story.
I didn't mean to.
This is 24 inches. The painting, it's on the square, on wood, plywood, which is 24 inches square. But one, this same size and similar to this is owned by the Cleveland Museum, but I don't think it is this one. My assistant Bob would know that. I think it's another one, but very much like this. Mondrian would never have painted a round painting. He didn't believe in using the circles and constructivist art, and that aesthetically that they didn't go together. But I was able to use it after I accepted myself as my own authority. And also, this is getting along toward the end of the parties, so using the circle this way helped me very much in taking another step, which you'll see very quickly. This is another one of those. Still, no diagonals, but how strongly this diagonal carries, and this. A very classic painting.
I have to know this, sir. I just have to know how you get the line so exact.
Well, there, I used a ruler.
I mean the tape.
Oh, well, you see, we all know our own craft, whatever we're doing. And, well, that's beside the point, because it becomes almost second nature. That's easy to put on paint if you've been working at it that way, and you develop your muscles and your movements and your eye to see. You'd almost do it with your blindfolded, your eyes closed. That's no problem. Then a lot of times people want to know if I use tape. Now, I had no problem with that psychologically. Sometimes I like freehand pushing the white slightly, delicately up against the black. Other times I'd be in the mood to, I would put tape on the edge of the black and then with one stroke put the white down to that and then tear the tape off. And I'm not against either way. A lot of people think that it isn't fair for an artist to use tape, to use a ruler, to use a compass. I was asked to come to a university one time as an artist in residence, and they were paying me a tremendous salary to come there, say for 6 or 8 weeks. I was paid almost as much as a regular faculty got in a year. And so some of the students asked if they could go ahead painting their figure paintings in my class. I said, I really don't object to it if you insist, but they're paying me a tremendous salary to come up here to try to offer you something. And I think it would just be too bad if you don't take advantage of it. So I think most all of them decided that they would. And I remember one artist, he stretched a big canvas that must have been 7 or 8 feet square, and he wanted to make a composition with circles in that. And he wanted to do it freehand. Well, I thought I'd let him work at that. I went by plane twice a week to this university. I let him try it out, and so the second week I said, did it ever occur to you that you might put a string on a pencil or use a compass? And the class laughed. They said, a fine artist would use a compass? He says, I'm going to try to do it freehand. They thought to be a fine artist, everything had to be done freehand. Well, so I thought, well, if he insists on that, I let him go on. But when I finished there, he was still trying to draw a perfect freehand. 2 years passed, and I was living out on Long Island, had a telephone call, and he gave me his name, and he said, I just couldn't keep from calling you and telling you that when you were at our university, we were so provincial that we weren't ready for what you had to offer us. He says, I've been studying at Hunter, and I have found out now that it's all right to use anything that you want to in freehand. And this is closer to Mondrian than what I usually did, but I wanted to do something close to his work, closer to his work to really get as much feeling out of it as I could. But where it differs is that this line would have come all the way through in a moment, and this, and this. He would never have done this. But here, again, you see, I was getting my diagonal rhythms. And I also would use different width lines, which he didn't. He would always use the same width. Here, again, farther than I had gone into others, was trying to use space more positively. The yellow can be thought of as space, and this is the form. Or this can be thought of as a dark space, and the yellow is the form. This can be thought of as space or as a white form, and the same there. So from here on out, I wanted to eliminate the idea of background and foreground, or space, form. But either part of the painting could be space, or any part of it could be form.